discussing further, we are talking of the economic development in the country. So, we've picked up the British period. If we consider that period, the level of economic development in India was very, very low. Before the advent of the Britishers in India, the Indian economy was all independent in nature. Most of the people practiced agriculture, or agriculture was the main profession of the people in India, as most of the Indians live in villages. But besides agriculture, the Indian handicraft industries were well renowned throughout the world, whether it was cotton industry, silk industry or metalwork. That is, basically the Indian economy before the advent of the Britishers in India rested on two pillars: agriculture and handicraft industries. The people in the rural areas actually getting everything from the agriculture and others dependent on the handicraft industries. But then come the Britishers in India and everything turns topsy-turvy. Everything is changed. The Britishers make India as exporter of raw material. That is, since there was industrialization, they needed raw material from here. If I talk of that they were manufacturing cloth at that time, what they needed from India was cotton. So, Indian handicraft industries definitely had a big setback, wherein the Britishers took the raw material from here and they tried to sell their finished goods in the same market. So, the Britishers played a policy of double-edged sword, that is, first of all picking up the raw material very cheap from India and forcing the people of India to grow the crops that they wanted, and then selling the same raw material when turned into finished products in the Indian market, and which leads to the decline of the Indian industries. So, a big setback to the Indian economy. Now, when there is a decline of Indian handicraft industry in India, so many people become unemployed, and this decline leads to poverty in India, because the people, when they become unemployed, had no other source of getting employed or earning their livelihood, and thus they became poor and poorer day by day. In this period of the British rule in India, various economists tried to understand the economy of the country, and they wrote also few books, and the most notable are Dadabhai Naoroji, who wrote a book called Un-British Rule in India, William Digby, Finlay Shiras, V.K.R.V. Rao, but the most significant work that we actually have is of Mr. Rao, who has clearly explained as to how the Indian economy had become very stagnant. There was hardly any upliftment, any increase in the Indian economy.